But I know I'm doing a different video, and I know this emoji. I love emojis. Um, I wanted to talk to you about my grandpa. My, but we're gonna have pictures, not videos. Instead of the usual content, we're gonna have pictures. But I want to talk to you about my grandpa. I want to do a sit-down talk, and I'd rather have a dummy talking instead of this dummy. If you don't know, I'm pointing at myself. I don't know why the hands don't move. I have a body, but I can't move my hands. I want to talk about my grandpa. I don't know that much about him. I just know that I know some things that my mom told me and my dad told me. I do know one thing is I think he had 7 kids. It was hard for him. His mom, his parents didn't give him money. His parents was rich. That's what my mom says. But his parents didn't give him money, and that he had to work all for his money. His parents wanted him to marry a rich girl so they would stay rich, but he wanted to do what's in his heart instead of going for somebody he doesn't love just for the money. And that's what my mom told me. That's the story. But my grandpa's parents died before I was born. I don't know them, and my grandpa doesn't talk about his past. But before I do show you the joys of his life, or life when he was around, I want to tell you something. He worked in Boston because that's the only job he could find is Boston, or find jobs in Boston. His family and his wife moved down to Texas. He had a job in Boston, a good job. He was a construction worker, and he worked so hard. He did hard days work, and he sent the money down to Texas to his wife, my nana, and then then when he moved down here, he worked mowing lawns, and then when he got older, or old, I don't know when he started this job, he started driving. He said, well, yeah, it was when he got old. Sorry. He said, well, I'm old. I want to have an easy job than I had back then when I was young. So, I'm gonna drive limos. Or, he wanted to be a driver because he thought that was easy. So, he drove limos. And when he drove limos, he made a lot of money. He's kind of rich, or was rich, but he was a great grandfather, great husband to his wife. He was loyal too, and he was a great dad to his sons and daughter. He had a lot of sons, but he mostly had a daughter. He had one daughter. But instead of talking all about that, his sons and daughters and stuff, I wanted to put in his memory. Sorry, I'm trying to think because I did this before and it wouldn't let me upload it, so I'm gonna do it now, like this again. So he put in. I wanted to talk about his life, not just what he did when he was alive, and what made him a great. I gave him a lot of hard times, and we all do that. I regret it. That's why I'm making this video, because I love my grandpa, and I know he knew I loved him, but I love him so much. I want the whole world to know how good he is and how great he was when he was alive. But, sorry, I know it's a lot of buts. I was gonna do this when he died, but I had not a lot of resources and all that. I just got a new phone. Sad about him dying. It was summer. A lot of stuff, and I was dating a girl. Then she broke my heart, and I'll tell you all about that in another video. And I'll probably use this face because he's kind of cute. Okay, so back to the story. My grandpa was many things. He was a hard worker. He loved everyone, not just his kids, not just his grandkids. He was kind to everybody and loved everyone. He was happy and jolly. And I know you're thinking he's a fat man. When you see these pictures, he's not fat. But if you've seen him, what he looks like, because I can't find a younger picture of him, they're all black and white. You know, back then. But he was the best grandpa ever. I would have never changed having a grandpa like him. My Christmas, I was wanting a gun. I know it's an unusual Christmas present to ask, but I wanted to have a gun. My friends had one. My grandpa got me a gun. Well, not a real gun, but a BB gun. But I'm glad for it. I wasn't hoping for a real one. But he always got me what I asked for. Every Christmas. He worked hard for it. To just make me happy. Took me to Disney World. I think 2 times. I think I was one with my older sister and one with my younger sister. And then he took me to Mexico. I can't remember the name. But those were special times. My grandpa was the greatest grandpa in the world. And I'm going to miss him. And if it is YouTube in heaven and you're watching this video, Grandpa, I love you. I miss you. You were the best grandpa ever. And I'm sorry for all the hard times. I regret some of the stuff that I did. And I didn't do anything wrong. Dang it. I didn't do anything wrong, but I gave my grandpa hard times. And I regret that. So I am going to do this more often like this. And if you want me to do this for your part of your family, or you just want to see me like this, I'll do that for you guys. But I'm going to make a video about my grandma. And pretty much all my grandparents, probably. I have a lot of dead relatives. I know it's sad. But I'm going to leave you off with a cute but beautiful face.